Hello family, welcome back to my channel, and to those who are new, welcome to my channel. My name is Tinashe, and in this week is a mental health week, so we are going to be continuing from where we left the last time we had a mental health week. Last time we had a mental health week, we spoke about depression. We spoke about I told you my journey in overcoming depression, and I also spoke about the signs that you may be depressed. So today, as you can see from the title of the video, we are basically going to be talking about finding the root cause of your state of depression. So the reason why it's important to know the specific root cause of your state of depression is because it differs from individual to individual. Two people can be depressed, can be in a state of depression, but the reasons why they are depressed and what caused them to get in that state of depression can be different. So it's very important that you identify exactly why and how you ended up in the state of depression that you will be in, so that you can be able to find how to deal with that root cause as an individual. So today I'm just going to be giving you examples of things that may lead a person into depression, or causes that can potentially be a root cause of your state of depression. So let's get straight into that. So causes can include, number one, traumatic experiences. Sometimes going through traumatic experiences, even as a child or even as a grown-up, very traumatic experiences that you find difficult to get over or to move past, can lead you into a state of depression, because they can lead into, you overthinking these things, you thinking about them all the time, and then basically lead you into a state of fear and anxiety. And then hormonal imbalances, number two, hormonal imbalances. We hear this so many times being spoken about, that hormonal imbalances can cause changes in moods and emotions. So if a person has drastic hormonal imbalances, these can cause this person to constantly be in a state of low moods or a state of sadness. And if it's prolonged for this person, then they can potentially go into a state of anxiety, and then it will also lead into depression. And then medical conditions, and on medical condition, this includes medical conditions that trigger depression. For example, long-term illnesses. If a person is constantly ill, and they're constantly under treatment and medications and so forth, that can cause the person to be stressed, because a life of constantly being ill can actually trigger a person's emotions and cause them to always be sad, or they can change their hormonal levels, which takes us back to the point before, and so forth, and that can lead to depression. And also another example is insomnia, a medical condition which affects the sleeping pattern of a person. If a person isn't sleeping enough, that can affect their mood, that can affect their emotions. And then we go to family history and background. Living in a family where people are constantly depressed, and they treat you in certain ways, and you learn from these people. Maybe you're a child, you grow up in a family where people are constantly depressed, or it's in your background, and people are always talking about this being in your background. To me, as a Christian, this also speaks generational curses and evil cycles. And then substance abuse. To people who constantly use substances, this can trigger depression, and then because they can end up getting addicted, and then it triggers depression. And then lack of sense of purpose. There's a woman who once spoke these words, and they changed my life, and they helped me find out why I was usually depressed. She said, mental illness comes when the distance between the person who you are, the person who you truly are, who God has made you to be, or your original self, who you're supposed to be, the distance between that and who you pose to be, who you try to be, is very, very long. So it means that even when it comes to depression, if you're constantly trying to be who you are not, maybe because you want to please others or because it's peer pressure and so forth, and you're forsaking who you are, the things that you really enjoy, the things that God has made you to be and deposited in you, that can bring depression. And if you don't have a sense of purpose, you can end up feeling like, why am I even on earth? And already in that state, you'll be already in depression. Long term, the last point is long-term experience of pain. Too much pain, always being in pain. If it's emotional pain, maybe it's emotional pain or physical pain. Both of them can lead a person into a state of depression if they are too prolonged, because a person can only endure pain for a certain time. So if it's too prolonged, it can definitely lead into a state of depression. So now that we know these things, it's important that you think about yourself. If you're finding yourself constantly being in a state of depression, find where you are on these causes, and find out if you are in any of these categories. Yes, this will help us. Our next video will be on overcoming depression, and then after that we'll do a prayer on overcoming depression. So I hope that this has helped you to get a better understanding, and it has helped you to look into your life and to find out exactly where your state of depression came from and where it started. I love you all with the love of Jesus Christ. Thank you all for joining and for watching. I really hope that these videos are blessing you. See you next time in my next video. Bye.